I 30F want to discuss moving in with boyfriend 30 for meters, but we have a significant difference in income. My boyfriend and I have been together 9 months. The lease on my apartment is up in July when we'll have been together for a year. We currently spend about 5 nights out of the week together, but we have both hinted around the possibility of us moving in together, so I'm pretty sure he's on board. Where it's only 3 months off now, I'd like to look at broaching the conversation. I rent an apartment and he owns a condo, so I'd be moving into his place, which is fine as we spend most of our time there anyway. So what's the issue? There's a pretty significant gap in our income. We've not had a sit-down discussion as of yet to go over what I make versus what he makes, but I'd estimate he makes around 3x what I do and lives very comfortably. He's not rich by any stretch, but pretty solidly middle class. On my side, as of right now, and I've done the math, my bills eat about 90% of my income. I have pretty much nothing in savings. I don't even have internet at my apartment because I can't afford the extra bill. I am pretty firmly in lower class standing. I know I can afford to cover my bills, but that's about it. This makes it pretty awkward to broach the topic of moving into his place on my end, where realistically speaking, I likely won't be able to do a 50-50th split. He keeps his condo warmer than I keep my apartment, so the electric bill will be higher than what I pay. He has internet, TV, which would be an additional expense. I'd have to rent a parking space, plus condo fees, plus rent. And I'd still need to make my car payment. My car is necessary for my job. Insurance payments, student loan payments, phone bill, etc. Not to mention that if I was to give up my space, I'd want to reduce the percentage of my income spent in bills so I can start building my savings and pay off debts like my student loan more quickly. Part of me wants to wait until he broaches the topic because it doesn't feel reasonable for me to say I want to move in with him in one breath and then tell him I can't split bills evenly in another. On the flip side, from conversations I've had with him, it seems like he wants it just as much as me but is feeling awkward about broaching the topic. This is his first serious relationship. So I guess, any advice on what to do? Should I wait for him to bring up moving in together even if it means waiting an additional year? Should I bite the bullet and broach the topic myself? If so, how do I go about it without coming across like I'm trying to take advantage of him? Is there another path that I'm not even thinking of here? Update. So I guess, any advice on what to do? Should I wait for him to bring up moving in together even if it means waiting an additional year? Should I bite the bullet and broach the topic myself? If so, how do I go about it without coming across like I'm trying to take advantage of him? Is there another path that I'm not even thinking of here? It was before work when it happened, so we left it at that for the day and got together that evening to work out details. I expressed to him at that point that while I would love living with him, that my concern was that I wouldn't be able to contribute equally and I didn't want him feeling taken advantage of. He in turn expressed that he'd never want to put me in a bad position financially and that we could easily figure out something that would be fair while still putting me in a better financial position. We ended up deciding we'd go with a lump sum monthly that I'll pay to him to cover all the costs, rather than splitting bills. The monthly amount he offered at first I actually upped because I didn't think he was being fair to himself, and it was still less than what I pay now. He seemed happy with that, and it definitely works for me. He keeps mentioning how excited he is to move in together, and came to my apartment last week to help me clean for photos to show it. We're deciding together what we'll keep out of my furniture versus his, what we'll get rid of and what we're going to store. He's also mentioned a couple renovations he wants to get done around the condo, so we're going to go together to pick stuff out and make it a summer project. Smiley face.